Pokemon Draft League is a format in which players take turns to pick Pokemon to create a draft. Then, from that draft, players will have to pick a team of 6 that best matches up against the opponent's draft. In this league, however, every player will have Infernape, Sylveon, and Mimikyu, and these are the only 3 Pokemon that are allowed to Terastallize, and not only that, but they can Terastallize into any type. Welcome to the PMPL Anniversary Tour. Hey, what's up guys, you got Gunk or Baby here, and I might be a little new to PMPL. I've actually only played one season, however, I won that season. It was the Little Cup season, and not only that, but I came out undefeated, so I didn't lose a single time. And I had lots of fun that season, so I figured I should join the Anniversary Tour, which is what's going on right now, so let's get right into it and look at what I drafted. Alright guys, so like I said, the first 3 picks are gonna be Infernape, Sylveon, and Mimikyu, because literally every player has all those 3. The first pick is Infernape. It's not a pick, it's just we all have one. So this one is a little crazy because, well, for one, it gives me priority. I think it's insane it has both Mach Punch and Vacuum Wave. And speaking of the fact that it's mixed, it has setup on both attack and special attack. It has Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, and guess what? Bulk Up and Calm Mind too. It's a little insane, and I love that. It also gives me momentum with U-Turn, which is great. And of course, another pro will be that it's a monkey. As we all know, monkey Pokemon are all broken, except for those 3 that everybody hates. But like, I mean, think about it. Annihilate, broken. The Darmanitan twins, one more than the other, but broken. And Rillaboom, we don't even talk about that one here. But yeah, for cons, I wrote down that it's really frail. It's also power crept, like a lot. I mean, if you think back on Infernape when it first was a thing, like Generation 4, and then to Generation 5, it was like a fine mon. Like, it did what it was supposed to. But like later on, it's just not strong enough sometimes, and it's just not that fast. Like, it's really crazy how power creep catches up to Pokemon. Like, this is Infernape, dude. This used to be like an amazing mon. And I'm not saying like it's bad, but you have to consider that this is technically my first pick, and I don't know if it's gonna perform like one. I know it can tear into any type, so I'm kinda excited for that. I think it can do a lot of things there. You know, draft is all about like the potential and things that you can do, creativity. So yeah, I mean, it might be fine, but we'll see. I think it's a little power cred, but I am excited to use Infernape. Coming up, we have Sylveon. Of course, this gives me bulk and power in the same mon, because those hyper voices do hurt. Even Hyper Beam or whatever, like specs, you know. And then bulky, we all know that set with the Wish, Protect. You can throw Calm Mind in there too. It depends on what you're running. It also gives me setup with the Calm Mind. Like I said, it's pretty good. It's the standard Sylveon that you usually see in draft and in other formats, because it just works, right? It's Sylveon. And of course, another pro will be like, yeah, if you couldn't tell already, I am trans, so oh whoa, what a shocker. Yeah, I know, but anyway, for cons, it is kind of weak if you think about it. Like, it is bulky, but it is like, the last time I used Sylveon, I'm like, oh, okay, this could be like my Urshifu switching, and then I'm putting in the Cog, and it's like, oh, so if Urshifu is Swords Dance, that's like not a thing anymore. I cannot switch into it at all. And I ended up running Scarf Sylveon on that, by the way, which is pretty funny. But anecdote aside, the thing's pretty weak. Like, it's bulky, but it's weak. It's you know, it's one of those. Like, on the defense side, it's only 65. It's pretty weak. It can be a sitting duck. This depends, right? Because it does have like Roar and Battle Pass or whatever. But like, think about it this way: if you're running like Hyper Voice, Wish, Protect, your last move has to be Roar, because otherwise you can get taken advantage by whatever. You can be like a setup fodder, Or like, what if you get taunted? And yeah, like I said, it is strong with Hyper Voice, but like strong into everything, maybe not so much. Like Fairy is very spammable, but there's things that don't really care about that. So it can be like a setup fodder, and I don't like that. It's also a little power crept. I feel like Sylveon used to be amazing, and it just every generation it just kind of goes down. Like I mentioned earlier, this can also Terra, which I'm very excited about. Sylveon sometimes just needs that extra stab, whether it's like fire, ground, fighting, whatever. And then defensively, I mean, think of the possibilities. I can make this into a water type, into a steel type, into anything really. It's a little insane. But yeah, I am excited for not Mimikyu. I am excited for Sylveon. I've used it before, never as a Terra Captain. So I am excited for this. This is a cool one. Speaking of, I love Mimikyu. It's said when it comes to like competitive, like this thing is just whatever. I don't know. I've always been a Mimikyu hater. It does come with the cheese of Mimikyu, which is the fact that it has a built-in Focus Sash, kinda, not really. I mean, it kind of gets the job done in that sense, but that ties in with its utility. This thing learns Will-O-Wisp, Thunder Wave, and Toxic. Yeah, and also Trick Room and stuff like that. So you pair that up with the cheese, with the Disguise, and suddenly Mimikyu, it's alright. Like, it can do things. I'm only hating, like, jokingly. But, I mean, yeah, it's Mimikyu. I like Mimikyu. It's not... I mean, look at the stats. It's, like, weird. It's forever so funny that this is a couple points slower than Hydreigon and Urshifu. But, like, it's still faster than 95. That, like, who came up with that? That's so funny. You know what I mean? And, of course, Mimikyu gives me thumbnail potential. And it gives me a bunch of views and clicks and whatever. And, I mean, I don't even think I need to get on the cons. Like, it's Mimikyu, it's weak. And it's very weak, and it's Mimikyu. But yeah, now we get to go to our actual first pick. As you can see, I went with Zapdos. Couple reasons here. It's true that those things kind of deal with Infernape, but I feel like Zapdos forces a lot more prep. Because think about it this way. Even if it has the coverage, like, it's Zapdos. Like, this thing is insane. You have to deal with the whole static aspect. And sure, maybe like Infernape's not gonna touch it. Maybe it's like special, whatever. Or like it's Terra Electric. I don't know. So it can get static. But like Zapdos is still there. It works for Infernape and other mons. You know what I mean? So I ended up going with this because it covers Infernape with the ground and flying weakness. And also Zapdos is something I've never used. And I really wanted to use Zapdos. But yeah, it gives the cheese. I didn't draft it for that, but it has a static, discharge, and T-Wave. So like, yeah, it's gonna happen. Even if I don't want it to, it's gonna happen. It's really bulky. I don't even need to say anything about it. We all know how Zapdos can be. It's unkillable sometimes. And it also has power despite being bulky. I mean, look at the special attack. That's like, a Pokemon shouldn't have that. That's like when you look at Landorus and it's like, oh yeah, that's right, this thing has 145 attack. Like, you forget about it because you just use it as like intimidate fodder. But yeah, it also has momentum with U-turn and Volt Switch. I think it still has Baton Pass, but I doubt I ever use that. And for cons, this was kind of pricey. It was a lot of points, but I'm excited to use Zapdos. It's really cool. I always wanted to. And yeah, that's about it. Like, this is a very good Pokemon. It has like no weakness really. I mean, it does, but you know what I mean. Second pick, I actually managed to get Slowbro, which is, I think it's a little insane how nobody picked Latios or Latias or Mega Latios, and both Slowbro and Slowking were still allowed on like the second pick. I was in the middle, by the way, which is insane. But yeah, I mean, it's Slowbro. It does what it does. It has bulk. It's got Scald. It's very brainless. You just teleport out into your breaker and like it's done. So I am gonna be using that with Infernape. It also covers for like Psychic, Water, whatever. And it's slower, dude. Like what can I say? This thing's like really good. I've used this before and it's amazing. Its Slower's insane. The only this is a joke, obviously, but the only con is that I'm gonna get bullied for using Brainless, Stall, Big Stall trademark, whatever. Watch out though, because if you see me play, I bring out the heat, and Slowbro has a lot of heat. For the next pick, I'm like, you know what? This team's looking kind of slow, and we only have so many picks to make, and I wanted to like condense the typings. I need grass, I need dark. I'm like, you know what? Meowscarada. This gives me a lot of speed, and it gives me hazards, and the coverage on this thing's a little crazy. People don't really think about like Protean, but this thing also has like Thunder Punch for no reason, and it can catch you off guard, and even like it learns Power Gem. Like, when am I gonna use that? Maybe never, but like it's there. So yeah, it's got like stupid coverage like that. That being said, it's very frail, and it's weak to like everything Infernape can throw at it, especially its priority. Like, thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I needed something faster than Infernape, but now it's like I'm just gonna die to Mach Punch, aren't I? Like, I don't know. It's a good mon, but we're gonna have to figure out how to beat Infernape while having this on the team, so that's gonna be fun. That being said, I have Slowbro and Zapdos, so I think we're okay against Infernape. I know it can Terra, but we'll see. For the next pick, I have something that I love using in draft and I haven't used in a very long time, and that's Excadrill. From this point, I'm already like committing to the fact that I have balance. Usually I draft like offense or like, like 2 Pokemons, and then everyone's like offensive. I guess this is still similar, but like Zapdos, Slowbro, and then like I already have a Fire, Water, Grass core. I'm like, you know what, I need a breaker that like works with balance. And again, like I said earlier, condensing types. I need ground, I need steel. Well, here it is, ground, steel, Excadrill. It was this or Iron Threads, but like this thing's like way stronger. Technically, Iron Threads could be like booster attack, but like Excadrill has Swords Dance, and it has Mold Breaker, and it bypasses Mimikyu, which I think is great, and it has Rapid Spin. It has a lot of things. I like Excadrill a lot. It is quite weak to Infernape, but like, guess what? If I'm Scarf, then you have to use priority against it. So Infernape has to always debate that in the team builder, which I think is great. But yeah, I'm excited for Excadrill. I haven't used it in a while. I think it's a little power crept from like older generations. Geez, older generations. This is a Gen 5 Pokemon. You know what I mean, though. I think it's still pretty good. I'm excited to use it. I'm not going to lie, like, the last 2 picks are like, whatever, but I mean, maybe not so much. So, the second to last is gonna be Grafaiai, because this gives me a normal type. You gotta keep in mind, we're still going against Mimikyu, and my Ghost Resist is Meowscarada, so it's actually interesting. Grafaiai, if you only look at stats, it walls Mimikyu, being poison normal. It's like Fairy Ghost is like walled, of course. Grafaiai is very weak, so take that with a grain of salt. But I think just having that, it's pretty good. It also gives me speed. This is faster than Infernape. I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna use Grafaiai, probably never, but it is faster than Infernape, so there's that. I think it's funny that it has 110 base speed. That's a speed tie with Latios and Mega Gallade and Mega Diancie. Like, that, I don't know, I find that funny. Like, why does Grafaiai have that speed? And of course, it has Gummy Worm Fingers, which, if you know anything about, I guess, my channel lore, can I say that? It sounds so cringe. But I like gummy worms a lot. I love them. I might be addicted to them, maybe. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. But, um, whatever. So this is not a real mon, right? Like, I'm never gonna use it. But I think it has some qualities that I like. It's a poison type, so T-spikes are absorbed. Like, my opponent has to think about it and not just, like, brainless, just bring T-spikes. But maybe they will anyway, because, like, I mean, I'm not gonna bring these probably. This guy's like, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it can work, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. And the last pick's gonna be Hippo. So, I only picked this for Excadrill, really. I only had like 2 points left, and I'm like, oh, this is 2 points, I'll grab it. That being said, I think it brings some stuff to the table that I didn't have. Or it just gives me more, like, more hazards is fine, right? I get rocks from this. That's amazing. It has a lot of bulk with Eviolite. It really is just like a mini Hippowdon, which I'm all for it. It gives me sand, yeah, for Excadrill. It's a funny mon. Like, I mean, look at it. It looks so stupid. But like, it's cute. I don't know, I like it. Of course, the cons would be like, it's a baby Pokemon. Like, what are we doing here? This is not gonna... It's probably not gonna be in most battles. But, I mean, I don't know. It has some potential, so I could. It is a sitting duck. I mean, 72 attack is... No, dude. That's very bad. And, like, yeah, like, it's weak. So, Hippopotas is probably gonna just let things set up in front of it, or, like, attack it or overwhelm it. But, I mean, it could work. It gives me sand, it gives me bulk, it gives me a lot of things. I don't know. It's cool. It's also another ground type. Like, I can't just use Excadrill every single time, right? Like, it's a phenomenal ground type, but maybe I want to use it a little more carefree. I have another ground type in the back. But yeah, that's gonna be the draft. I don't think it's anything amazing. It's like, it's not bad though. I mean, I don't know. I am a little afraid that I brought balance against like Infernape and stuff like that. But I think I can make it work. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I am excited because like most of these I haven't used. I've only ever used Sylveon and Excadrill, I think. Yeah, that's it. So and Slowbro. So only those three. Everything else, it's completely new to me. So I'm very excited. And yeah, so the way this works, it's 3 weeks to do 3 battles, and the battles for this week, or the 3 first weeks, are gonna be Fire Feather and Dracogon, which we already fought in the LC season, and they were very tough opponents. And then the third battle will be against OK Big Guy. I don't know who that is, but the team looks a little crazy, so you know, you can never judge. I mean, I could just get 6-0'd, but you know, like, I know the other two and I know they're good, so I'm mostly watching out for that because I don't want to lose to them. But yeah, look forward to those battles. They'll come out on weekends if I'm able to, Saturday or Friday. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and see you guys for the battles later on. Goodbye.